Yo, hot take. If I was a woman, I would do whatever is necessary to get to where I gotta be.
This episode has been brought to you by My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. I've seen you throwing out this pocket pussy, sir. Do you not want it anymore? Hey, this is Jared. Just Jared. I am rocking the green shirt because today we are recording on St. Patrick's, even though we might not talk about anything because we're not Irish. Boom. There we go.
This is Bryce Lansing, rocking the green nail polish because I don't have very many green shirts.
Boom.
And I'm just Joshua B. Easy. And
This is the Takeoff Anytime podcast.
All right. Back for another motherfucking episode with just us three, the originators.
Oh my god.
Procrastinators?
Yeah.
Masturbators?
Pro-jassinators?
Pro-jassinators, that's like you procrastinate with jazz music or something?
Yeah, that's how you do it. It's like, but I'm not doing anything.
So I only masturbate when I have to.
So regular listeners may have noticed my absence from last week's episode due to me actually seeing Black Panther while Josh, Jarrett, and Portia were talking about Black Panther.
Yes, we told him he had to go see the movie.
They pretty much held a knife to my throat and said, if you don't go see this right fucking now, then you will never be accepted by another black person in your entire fucking life.
We have the power to do that.
Yep.
But of course, we wanted to kind of touch on some of the stuff that was talked about last week since I wasn't here. The white guy's opinion, I guess.
That's a good way to put it.
No, and we started off today with Josh and Jared, kind of wondering about my input on it. And one thing that I was fascinated that you guys talked about was how far does your heritage go back? And, I'm paraphrasing, but Jared had said, basically he feels as a Western African American that his heritage goes back to slavery. And Josh had said that his heritage goes back, to Africa, past slavery.
Before slavery.
I'm sorry?
Before slavery, technically.
Yeah, before slavery. Yeah. Back to the motherland, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And that fascinated me because it just shows that mindset of, of how you view yourself and not necessarily yourself, but your ancestry. And there was, a little bit of a respectful disagreement, it says. And if you guys disagree with that, obviously speak up. But it was really interesting to see Jared's take that, goes back to slavery because that's when his ancestry, as he knows it, I would almost say from a social aspect, goes back to slavery. But I feel like Josh's opinion was more of almost like a genetic history. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
yeah, it does.
No, it does, because it's being like, at least from Josh's perspective, as you putting it with the saying genetic, just mean like that's where we started from.
Right. And I can kind of understand where Jared was coming from about our ancestry started at slavery, because arguably you can probably say that's when the term black started.
Yeah. Well, and one thing we had talked about on one of the early episodes is, you guys had brought up that there's a little bit of a difference in the way that African blacks view American blacks.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And that was something that I hadn't understood. And you guys had kind of brought that up again during last week's episode. And kind of actually used that as a leeway. One of the things you guys talked about was Killmonger. The way he was being treated, and I don't think it came up. If it did, I missed it. My apologies. Is I feel like there was a political undertone because the whole it kind of relates back to refugees that we see nowadays. Should we, as America, take in refugees from these war-torn Middle Eastern countries? Because in the movie, and forgive me, I can't remember the name of the fictional country, but the Black Panther and all of them. In the beginning of the movie, they didn't want to share their technological advances with the outside world because, that the outside world would basically use them for, to create war.
Right.
And throughout the movie, you see, this, hence why Killmonger was left behind in America in the first place rather than brought back to their home because, they didn't want to ruin it. And, you see that now. A lot of people that don't want to let Syrian refugees into the United States. Oh, look, they'll say, look at what happens to has happened to Europe, and they're gonna destroy our way of life. I'm paraphrasing, of course, and then you obviously have other people say, hey, as America, it's our duty to help refugees and people who are less fortunate than us.
Yeah, see, and I feel like as an American, or at least just like the nice guy that I am, I want to help people in the world. You know what I mean? But then the older I get, the more I understand. Like, if we keep helping everyone, then what happens to us? If we keep providing our space for everyone, we keep giving all our resources out. Eventually, we're going to run out.
Yeah, people. I'm one of them people that I've always loved helping people. I've always been the one that was outgoing and do things for other people. But as I've gotten older, I've realized more and more that people don't respect your shit. Mm-hmm. They don't respect you. They respect what you can do for them. Mm-hmm. And what you can provide. Because I've had friends that I consider to be my best friends, and as soon as I stop giving them rides or being there at the drop of a dime for them, they basically left me in the wind. Mm-hmm. And I've always said that I'm a better friend to everyone else than what they are to me. And I'm just saying that because people don't, like I said, people don't respect one another. They don't. If we as Americans were to share our technological advances or our medicine with other people, they would just take and take. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give us anything. They wouldn't give us anything in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what it was partly with Wakandans. That, like Bryce had said, other countries would take the vibranium and take their resources and use it for the wrong thing. They wouldn't respect the things that the Wakandans would give to them, therefore misusing it, to basically just do terrible, terrible things with it.
Yeah, but that becomes this conundrum that you fall in. That, do you want to be the nice person and help out, or do you want to try to dictate how things should play out? Because no matter what you do, like if I give you $1, I'm just giving you $1 because I'm nice. You asked me for $1, you didn't tell me why.
You're not expecting something in return.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything in return, and I'm hoping that what you use this $1 for is going to be beneficial. Now, you may go around and go get a drink. You may crumble this mug up, put it in your pocket, never to see again. You may just give it to somebody else. I can't really dictate, but I know just for me, for myself being, for my personal peace of mind, I have to just leave it at the initial exchange. Once I give you this $1, I can't really think about it anymore. But I understand, like, $1 is so small in the scale. If we're talking about like weapons and stuff, then that's totally different, because you give somebody a weapon or something that could potentially be a weapon, then that can come back and change you.
Yeah, but it happens too, because the U.S. has supplied, other countries, I don't want to say uprisings. That's not the word I'm looking for, but we've supplied other countries with weapons, as part of deals, as part of quote unquote our support of them. Mm-hmm. And so kind of going back to your dollar example, in a way it is the same thing, because as soon as you give up that $1, as soon as you give up that weapon, you've lost control over how it's used.
Yep.
Right.
True.
And that's the big issue about us giving money away. Like, I remember the other day when we were talking about basically tax money. We pay taxes to the government, but we don't know where the government is putting our tax dollars to, or we feel like the government isn't using our tax dollars towards things that would benefit us the way that per se we want them to be.
Yeah,
right.
Benefit us for.
Yeah, and to that example of just a little bit of a disclaimer. The most control we have over something like that is by who we vote in. But even then, you vote somebody in, they're only as good as their word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes not even that.
I I don't know, man. I think with every president, the whole cabinet should move. I don't know if that is how it works. Honestly, I know a lot of people move.
It is how it works.
That's right? They all do
Yeah.
move, right? Yeah. But you know what, man? I don't know, man, because I don't know if the president should be able to pick this cabinet.
Well, no, he picks his cabinet, but they have to be confirmed.
Yeah,
But the problem is, look at Betsy DeVos,
Confirmed by who?
the Senate.
Yeah,
that's why they have this hearing. And that's the thing that, like, that's the thing that blew me away this past year and a half is Betsy DeVos, was the Secretary of Education. And even personally, I knew Republicans who were like, hell no, she shouldn't be Secretary of Education. She's done a good job of proving that all by her fucking self anyways. And she still got approved. And I'm pretty sure that they need the amount of approval they need, I do believe, required the Democrats to participate for her to get confirmed, and she got confirmed. So it's like, even though she was so clearly unfit for the job, they still get confirmed. So it's almost like the president picks their cabinet person, and it's almost guaranteed that they're going to get confirmed.
That's because they're all friends. I think people in government aren't chosen because of their resume. They're chosen on their, per se, extracurricular activities. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it goes back to who you know, not what you know, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and how much money you can spend on campaigning. And if you want people to donate towards your campaign, you have to appeal to what they want. Hence lobbyists, hence the NRA, hence other politicians.
Right.
But that's everything, though. That's everything you do. Every position you go for, every job. There's always somebody who knows somebody, and hopefully you're the person who knows that person.
Yeah.
That's literally just how it works.
Yeah, but that's arguably the wrong way to do things. You know what I'm saying?
is.
Like,
We agree that it's the wrong way to do it. Unfortunately, it's just the reality of it.
True.
So what can you do?
Get good at playing politics,
That's all you
personally and professionally. Like I'm ashamed. I am ashamed to say, but I'm not ashamed to say that when I was able to get promoted where I previously worked, I'm not going to say that I kissed ass or anything, but you have to make friends with the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's more, for me, it was more innocent. I didn't do anything that I felt was unethical. Unfortunately, there are people who will do things that they think are unethical. But, if you don't play to the right people to show them how good you are, which that in and of itself is politicking in my opinion, then you're not going to go anywhere.
Yo, hot take. If I was a woman, I would do whatever is necessary to get to where I gotta be.
That's cause
Depends on the dude.
That's because
Or chick.
Nah, if I was a woman, I'm using all my tools.
80-year-old guy, CEO.
Yep. Yep.
your animal spirit is.
I guess it depends on the position. That's like that reminds me of, you see that shit online that's like, or like it's one of those like fucked up like what would you do kind of games. And it's one of those things where it's like, would you suck a guy's dick for $1 million? $1 million is a lot of money.
Right.
I am a straight ass man, but $1 million is a lot of money.
Bryce said I had to use a lot of mouthwash, but I'll be set.
Yo, like they say, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Not suck a dick.
You don't even want to know.
Not suck a dick, not for a Klondike, bro. Ain't enough.
I think those are $1.50.
I know, right? You know how hungry you gotta be to suck a dick for a Klondike bar. You gotta be
You're in the desert.
Yeah, you gotta be damn near close to death.
There just happens to be a guy with a camel that has a refrigerator truck on the back.
Man, if that Klondike bar had like a gold bar in it or some shit, hey,
That shit better give me the secret to life. Fuck that. For
Fucking
that
fountain of youth.
I know that bitch better make me go that back 10 years. I for that. I gotta live with that. That shit better erase my memory too.
that bitch had a check in it. Shit.
A blank check at that.
Fuck. You know what's funny? You said about kissing ass. People talk so much shit about kissing ass in the workforce. Like, oh, you shouldn't kiss ass. You should be a man. You stand up, or you should be this individual, this woman. Yo, I'm not saying I've kissed ass in my life. All I'm saying is a hug every now and again to your boss to get you a promotion.
Right.
Well, and that's where there's a definite. I mean, there's a definite distinction. There's a distinction between betraying your own beliefs or betraying something that you believe to be morally right to get where you want to go, versus just being friendly. Making sure that person sees you and sees what you perceive yourself to be worth.
That's why who get the furthest in this life? People with no morals. The less morals you
I
have,
agree.
the further you get.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Like porn stars. I have nothing against porn stars. But people will be like, "Oh, it's immoral for you to be banging on film," and then showing all the people.
Wouldn't give a fuck.
So I'm saying, you know how much they. I've seen some of their houses.
Shit.
Well,
porn stars, strippers, people in the adult industry, period, are winning.
Like Cardi B,
Dog,
Amber Rose.
They are winning.
Isn't like K Michelle? Wasn't she like a stripper at one point? I don't know.
I think she was a stripper.
She's got huge hips at one point. I don't know. Maybe it's just the hips that got them. I don't know. But like, yeah, you're right. You know what's funny though? I've never seen a male stripper come up yet. Not to say I'm looking for it. I'm just saying.
Nah,
equality.
I'm sure there is.
You who?
I don't know. What the fuck? No, but I'm sure there are.
I feel like with that, you'd be more.
Oh, Channing Tatum.
JJ wasn't a stripper.
Yes, he was.
No, he was. He was a stripper in the movie.
No, he was really a stripper.
Really? I thought he was just a dancer.
We got to look at.
Last
Yeah,
time
but
I
he probably
knew-
didn't get famous because he was a stripper.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He was, and now he's famous.
No, that's because he stepped up and showed his moves off. It's from the first. That's a reference from the first movie he was in. Yeah, shut up. The whole point is.
Oh, motherfucker.
What?
I'm right.
Videos came up. So, the first video is titled, "Here's an 18-year-old Channing Tatum stripping at a club in Florida."
Well, I guess you were right.
Yeah.
All right. Why is Channing Tatum always wearing a red hat in like his most like jarring videos?
That is the most random question.
I was just
that I've
wondering
heard
because like when
all
he
day.
first came on Step Up, he had a red hat on.
I don't know. I haven't fucking seen Step Up because I
Yeah.
have.
You haven't seen Step Up?
I have
No
two
clue.
dangles between my legs, so no.
What's wrong with Step Up? So you tell me you don't know about Moss from the second one?
I have no
Boy,
idea.
what the
you
fuck is
lost
Moss?
your- You know, man, both of y'all pissing me out. You don't know who Moss is from
Jared,
Step Up
What
2?
the fuck is this guy talking
Moss,
about?
Moss was the truth.
Your straight card is bugging
My
me.
straight
I
card.
want to say, right?
Like, come on.
You said you never watched a movie with dancing in it.
I'm not saying that, but
We're going to add some rainbow stickers to
you
your
never watched
straight
Jump the
card at the
Yard.
very least.
yeah, I've
See,
seen that.
You are, and if for you never watched the Sound of Music.
I've been made to watch it, but I did not watch it of my own accord.
Or,
can't even say no.
or what is Dirty Dancing? You never seen Dirty Dancing?
Nope, never seen it.
You never seen
I haven't seen shit for movies, though,
Seen
man.
Flashdance.
Nope,
seen Footloose?
nope.
What do you
I told you I haven't seen shit for movies.
You seen Grease?
No.
You lying motherfucker.
I've not seen Grease. I've never
Grease
seen Grease.
is a white classic.
Have
And
you
the
seen
one
Boogie
that,
Nights?
no.
I
The
think-
one I
think
get
you
shit for,
lying.
I've never seen Princess Bride either.
I
I get
call
shit for
bullshit.
that.
Wait,
I gotta call bullshit.
wait. You just lost some cool points on this podcast. You have never seen the Princess Bride?
Yeah, I get shit from that from everybody.
Bro, that's like the top one of like maybe I don't know if top 10, but top 20 movies you need to see.
I always get shit for that because Andre the Giant's in that, and I'm a huge wrestling fan.
He is.
I don't
So.
think I've seen it either, honestly. But then again,
But yeah, you never seen what?
yeah, it doesn't
Princess
matter.
Bride.
I don't think I've
Both
seen
of you. Both of you did to me. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And this
R.I.P. to me.
podcast is officially over.
Yeah, you'll be fully dead to me after this episode.
Just when I start talking on the podcast, he'll just be like,
We're gonna
"Why has
put
it been
on,
quiet for so long?"
we're gonna put on Boys and Men at the end of the episode.
See,
It's so hard
I'll let you go.
to say goodbye
to
yesterday.
Everybody wait for that part.
That was beautiful.
It was pretty good.
Oh, we're gonna start a
Part
band.
harmony there.
I'm ashamed to say Jared sounded the best during that part, though.
I
sing
actually tried.
I sing a lot in the shower. That's why.
Mine sounded like shit.
I did too.
Granted, it's a good thing that we didn't get together last week because I had like no voice last week, man. Like
Sucking
I was
too
gonna
much dick?
He's getting that.
No,
$1 million.
actually, maybe he's listening to this. My coworker
Uh-oh.
came to work just coughing up a fucking storm one day, and the next day I had like my throat was killing me. I was sucking a cough drop. So,
Right.
you know who you are.
And cough
Your
drop
name starts with a
means
B.
his dick.
You got me sick.
Damn, Bryce's coworker getting Bryce sick.
Yeah, fuck you.
You got to listen to this one now.
And then he'll be like, "Damn, was that directed toward me?" Yeah, you fucking.
I'm not gonna say his name, but it's
virus-spreading bitch. No,
He knows who he is.
Fucking plague carrying colonizer.
no. Goddamn cough.
You
with
know
your
what's
hands in
funny?
your hips, motherfucker.
During the Black Panther movie, I never caught where they used the phrase colonizer.
Oh, it was Shuri when she called it to Ross, I believe.
Yeah, only black people hear it.
You know, one thing I thought was cool. I didn't know if this was real, but I saw a meme that the scene where they walk into the casino and there's the three of them that they're wearing the flags of
Yeah,
the colors of
They were
a
in
flag
green,
of a
black, and
certain-
red.
Yeah.
that was smooth. I looked it up one day.
I
was like,
didn't
that's
catch
pretty
that. But did you check it out? That scene was so fucking racist. The black versus white.
What?
Did you peep out how it was black versus white?
Josh is on this thing that it was a racist scene, saying all the black people were fighting all white people in that scene.
Oh, the casino?
I think it was one or two Asians in that scene when I went and re-saw it, but majority of it was black.
When he went and
versus white.
re-seen it.
If there's a race war, what do the Asians follow between white and black?
On the outside.
Wait, what'd you say? No, seriously, what'd you say?
If there's a race war between white and blacks, where do Asians fall?
Oh, fuck. You know, once I heard, and sadly, this was serious, but it wasn't derogatory, which basically saying that, you know, Asians, you never really see them treated differently because, quote unquote, they don't cause any trouble. You know, they're not, you know, so basically they get treated indifferently. And it just kind of made me think of that as like, there's a race war between white and black. Like, Asians would just be off to the side just watching.
Yeah,
that is kind of true.
probably. But at the same time, I've heard that in like China or was it North Korea, they're really racist.
I mean,
You know, and I guess it's like they're respectable to us while in our country, but if we were in theirs, it's a whole other story.
I guess it's the same thing when you walk in somebody else's house.
Yeah,
true.
Like,
makes sense.
I'm not gonna call you a faggot ass bitch in your house.
Right, they're
But you in
respectable.
my house, I may call you that.
They
You
have
know what's
manners.
fucked up as a society, and I know we're jumping all over this point. Fucking, you go to like South American countries, I think like Brazil and shit. You can do like favela tours, where you literally, because you know what favela is, right? It's a poor neighborhood. It's just shacks basically.
Yeah, like in Brazil.
Oh,
And when they're
what I'm
like, you know, like all just fucking bunched together, just a whole bunch of poor people bunched together. Fucking tours where just fucking, I presume white people pay money to go on tour and just basically watch these poor people. And I'm just like, first off, how much money you have where you're just enjoying watching poor people be poor? And secondly, like, that's just fucked up.
Isn't like
People do it in
isn't
America all
that
the
like
time.
the definition of colonizing, in a way?
I don't know.
Well, not.
I mean, not, I wouldn't say colonizing, but I
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
you're getting at.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like the fucking
I don't know the word.
satriarch. Wait, no, satirical. That's like the satirical definition of the American dream.
I don't even know the meaning of that damn word. That was too big.
Satirical?
It's kind of like basically like
That was way
sarcastic.
I'm just gonna start
White
jotting down
teach.
I'm gonna start jotting down all the words that we say that you're like, nah, I don't know what that is.
You know what that means? You heard that before?
Yeah, satirical.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
power to you. Fuck
You usually hear it. You usually hear it like with satirical news articles, like The Onion and shit.
Yeah,
that. Oh, okay.
But
it's almost like it's like just like a joke.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
We'll get you a dictionary.
I'm gonna Google that shit. Wow.
God damn it, Josh.
You know what I want to do? And it's too late because we're already too far into this episode. I want to have an episode where we just talk about like astronomy. I know I'm a fucking nerd, but I got so much of astronomical shit that I want to teach you guys about.
If
we
we
I
bring
can have fun.
we bring Tim back, I'm down for it. And even if Jared's not here, like if he can't make it one day,
I'll
and like
call in.
say me, you, and Tim, you know,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Wait, are we gonna have a white episode one of these points?
With just him.
With who? Just me and Tim?
It's gonna be an evening with Bryce.
Here's my thing. I have a very short list of friends that I actually see on a regular basis.
That's depressing.
And that is, fuck you. You know, but here's the fucked up thing. Like, I can, and don't get me wrong, I consider myself lucky as fuck. I have very few overall friends, but the friends I have are all very close. I have Josh. I feel like I have to include you in this now, and not like I have to include you, just like because at this point I spent so much fucking time with you. And then,
consider you a friend.
and then Tim, shout out Tim again, and I got my friend Cody. Like the four of you guys are the only people that I see on a regular basis.
And what he means by that is me and Jared, or me originally, are his only black friends.
I mean, you could say that.
Currently, yeah.
Wait, what
I had a black friend I played tennis
What
with.
is Cody white?
What?
Is Cody white?
Mexican.
Oh, they got to throw a little
But here's the interesting thing, actually.
Little spice.
spice in there.
I was telling somebody about this. Is each one of my best friends, and I'm going to kind of exclude you just for a second here.
That's
my
fine.
apologies.
I'll just sit down.
Is from a different period in my life. Josh is from when I went to high school. Cody is from when I moved out to Perry, and then Tim is from after I finished high school and moved to Okemos and started working in Okemos because we met when we worked at the grocery store together.
Then they fell madly in love and lived happy ever after.
Pretty much.
Hey, that's how it works.
Yep.
I can't go through all my friends. I have such, because over, damn, how old am I now? 29?
Who gives a fuck?
I don't know. I barely know how old I am.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's rough. But no, I found out I have groups of friends. If that makes sense. Like I feel like I have a Lansing set of friends. I have a certain like group in the military. Then I have outskirt groups in the military.
That's because you're the only one out of us who've traveled and been able to have that type of thing.
Hey man, what can I say?
See,
man?
one thing that I find funny though, you talk about groups of friends. Like up until about a year and a half ago, I was deathly afraid of intertwining my groups of friends because each one of my friendships was based on something different, and I didn't think that they would get along. And actually, Josh and Tim were the first friends that I really legitimately tried that with, and I was very lucky, that Josh and Tim actually get along. Tim has come
cool.
to
Shout out to Tim Blood.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. We're bringing you up
brother.
again. But Josh, invites Tim to baby showers and shit like that. So I mean, obviously, it worked out well for me.
Well, that's because Tim's not a douche.
Yeah.
Josh, it's like 50%.
See, I'm a douche that gets along with everybody, Like I was always told I get in where I fit in. You know what I'm saying? Just because I am an asshole at times doesn't mean I can't be respectable and people don't like me. Everybody loves me.
I will say this though: every one of my friendships is based on something nerdy. Me and you, when we started hanging out again, we were playing Pokemon Go, and then obviously we both love Dragon Ball Z and shit like that. Me and Tim, wrestling. Me and Cody, Pokemon. Me and you, because you like anime, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, we haven't talked a lot about it, but
I think it goes back further than that because me and Bryce, I think originally started back 8th grade, Pat and Gil,
Band.
in the back of the bus after band class, looking at Playboys.
yeah.
Hold on. I feel like we need a
We were friends
flashback.
before the whole Playboy thing, but
I
yeah.
feel
yeah,
like we
kinda.
need a flashback for your story. Hold on. All right, go ahead and continue.
One day.
I really don't remember though, like how it really began for us. I don't. I remember, it probably had something to do with band because you sat in front of me because I was trombone, you were saxophone sat in front.
I don't want to say their name on the podcast, but
It was another black individual.
no. Oh yeah, him too. But wasn't it like we both was crushing on the same two girls?
Oh yeah,
I think that's where it started.
but it wasn't like the typical stereotypical girl thing where like they hate on each other. Like me and you, like it was never an issue.
me and you crushed on, like you liked it one, and I liked her best friend. And eventually it switched.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's funny how it switched over. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it did. But I think that's how it kind of started because we would try to hang out with them because we liked it them, and while hanging out with them, me and you got close.
Yeah.
and we just
So
stayed together.
I never. I forgot about that. It makes sense though. Fuck. Yeah, because we would hang out with them and then, damn.
I think that's how it started.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say though, since we kind of have a theme of friendship going on, is there was another individual, the other black individual. It was weird because apparently in middle school I just had a black best friend at any given time, and and they didn't get along. And the funny thing was, the other guy made me feel like I had to choose between them. He didn't explicitly say that, but that's kind of what it felt like. And Josh, he was cool, and he never made me feel like that. And I think because of that, I ended up gravitating more towards Josh and away from the other guy. And
That's crazy.
it's just kind of weird. You think about like the steps that get you are where you are currently, and then this has never actually been brought up on the podcast. Then there was a good 10-year period where we never talked or anything like that, and it was never anything bad. It was just I moved out of Lansing, and it was just easier not to keep in touch with people from Lansing.
Well, I can't say that. I mean, I was in touch with people all the time for the majority of the time. But I'm pretty good at like staying in touch with people. What I have a hard time is remembering special things about my friendships.
I think with me and you, Jared, even though we did hang out a lot, majority senior year of high school, I think me and you got closer as friends after high school with you
think
being
so, too.
away.
But here's what I wonder. like, because I mean, you told me about some stories about, junior and senior year, which is when I had moved away. And like, I wonder if I had been here, would me and you have stayed friends up until this point in our lives, or would we have drifted apart for different reasons and never gotten back together? So it's like, for me, I look at it as one of those things like maybe, because we took different paths,
I think we would still have been friends because I think me and you are so much alike, in a lot of ways. That yeah.
I'll tell you this though, my life would have been so different for so many reasons. One, I would have never met my wife.
Right,
and two is like stories you've told me about partying at MSU, because that was something I never did, and it would have been. I have no doubt that I probably would have gone with you, but I wonder what kind of person that would have shaped me to be different than who I am now.
You probably would have had a kid.
Dang.
Maybe, especially back then. Back then, I thought I wanted kids.
Yeah, and if you was with me back in college, whew, we would have gotten into some situations. I'm telling you, I had some good times.
Right. That's the thing. I was a boring ass fucking early 20 years, late teenager, early 20 years.
This episode has been brought to you by My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. This whole episode has been about so far. About these last 15 minutes.
Last.
What, Black Panther friendship?
Yeah, it's like the Black Panther friendship pony. Claws of love.
There you go. But
that's cool. I don't know, man. I've been thinking about life a lot lately, about friends you have in your life as well.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting that y'all bring it up. I don't know, man. I try to stay cool with everyone. Then I started to figure out in life, the older you get, the more narrow your friendship has, like your friendship amount becomes. Mm-hmm. It's not because you want to play people to the left or anything. It's just everyone starts to live their own life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and the older you get, the more fine tuning you have to do with your life. Like you have to go in a certain path, and everybody just has their own thing. I think that's why a lot of people, say you and Josh's situation, where you left for a long time, but you came back because you didn't leave on bad terms.
Yeah,
you just
true.
You just kind of went on different paths, and that's how I feel. I have a lot with my friends, all over, especially from the military. I won't talk to them for a while, but then when I do talk to them, we kind of just pick back up because we never end on a sad note, sour note. Mm-hmm. So,
and us three men individually, we are a lot alike. I don't know. You and Bryce and Jared haven't really hung out with each other outside of me. Mm-hmm.
We just don't tell you.
Well, man, either way,
I'm out in Detroit every weekend, man. Every Sunday, we just talk shit about you.
Hey, I will believe it too, fuckers. But what I'm saying is that, me personally, I hang out with Bryce or I hang out with Jerry because you guys are genuinely good people, have good hearts, and are good dudes.
Yeah.
And we get along so well because we are three good dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that we are reflections of each other in a way.
I think a good sign of a good friendship is when you have somebody that you can either talk about or do nothing with and still have a good time with.
Yeah, that's true. Something you just literally spend the whole day not accomplishing anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you still have a good time.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh man, I need to go home and get the fuck away from her or some shit.
Man, I miss the days I can just go over to somebody's house and just fall asleep, then wake up and just leave the next morning and nothing was wrong.
I get too fucking antsy. I will say this though, even though I just made that comment, I'm also the kind of person I can't stand doing nothing. Mm-hmm. That's why when we first started hanging out, we went to play basketball one day. Most time we just go for a fucking walk. You know? It's like shit.
Right.
But
and the only friend that I really go to someone's house and do literally nothing with is Valencia, really.
Yeah.
But that's because, it's not because I wouldn't do that with you guys. It's just Valencia,
there's always something for us to do.
Yeah, there's always something for us to do.
There's something I wouldn't do with y'all. I have friends I do stuff with, and I ain't gonna tell y'all what I do. I wouldn't do it with y'all. I know that sounds weird.
Whoa.
I kill people.
Sounds sexual. Slightly sexual.
That sounded very sexual.
It did. Everything that's in mystery, it sounds sexual.
Right.
Had nothing to do with any sexual stuff.
That's because we're perverts.
Yeah, you guys
True.
are horrible. I tell you, your spirit animal is a slut bag. I keep
Hey, if I can go to a slut walk, I would.
You'd be the only guy. No, you wouldn't be the only guy in the slut walk.
No, I wouldn't be.
What?
The Amber Rose slut walk.
You're gonna have to explain what that is to me.
Basically, you know who Amber Rose is, right?
Are we talking about that bitch that worked for Trump? No, it's Omarosa.
Whoa.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Amber Rose is basically a celebrity who got notorious from her past. She's an ex stripper. She dated a few rappers.
Gotcha.
Had a baby by one, and actually still dating one. But she is basically one of the women who embraces her sexuality, like as in she's not afraid to talk about her sexual experiences or sleep around or per se be a slut.
So where does slut walk come? Like, what do you mean by slut walk?
Because she embraces being a slut or a hoe, and she goes around and she tells women it's okay to embrace your sexuality. If you like to have sex, then have sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't conform to the outside people who basically shame a woman's sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
She embraces it.
Yeah.
She goes out and talks about it. And she's somewhat famous for it.
So a slut, you're not talking about a slut walk like it's a specific thing. You're talking about in general.
No, it is a specific thing.
It's a specific thing.
Then what is the specific thing?
It's a walk of a lot of women who like to embrace their sexuality.
Is it
embrace being a slut.
It's like the Million Man March, but with sluts.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
And when we say that to anybody who's listening to this, we're not saying, I don't mean slut in a derogatory way. I'm not saying, it's bad to be a slut or trying to shame anybody like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the name of the movement.
That's the nicest thing he said about a woman on this podcast.
Right? Because like I said on the last episode or 2 episodes ago, I am a reformed slut, male slut. You know what I'm saying? So I feel for them women. I'm with you. Slut power.
You feel for the ones with the knees behind the head right now, getting banged out by 7 guys.
Hey man, that's good stuff right there.
Look, I don't really care if you're a slut. I really don't. Doesn't bother me at all. I just wonder how society would be if everyone had to have like a logbook of their sex encounters, sexual encounters. How do you think that'd be?
You got a screenplay going?
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, patent pending. No one takes my idea. Like, could you imagine that? Like, you talking to a girl at the club and you're like, "Damn, girl, you hot as hell." You know what I'm saying? Let's say if y'all wasn't fiancéed and married. He's like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" Blah, blah. She's like, "Yeah, you're really cute. Like, yeah, everything. You pretty hot too." And she's like, "Yeah, I should probably show you my book." He's like, "Yeah," and it's like just like 72 different entries.
Your whole facts.
Yeah, and then like 24 of them is like from this past week.
No, take it a step further. Say that shit is like public, like fucking record. You can Google, like, pull somebody up like they're on the sex offenders list, but it's not a sex offenders list.
Yeah,
it's
whole
just like
facts.
a sexual history for everybody.
A whole facts.
No, they need that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be able to beam your record to somebody else's phone. It's like tap the back of the phones. Oh, damn, girl, that's a lot.
Like, damn, you slept with Jared?
I know.
2 months ago?
You got a filter on it. You got to search. Oh, Jared.
That eliminates that whole problem we talked about a couple weeks ago with Portia, though, where sleeping with somebody that your friend slept with and you didn't know. It's like, oh shit, we should.
I know. Actually, February 17th.
You slept with my cousin? What?
Right. Like, I'm sorry, but I see that you fucked my cousin, you fucked my best friend, and my brother.
All on the same day?
No, like a few
And
years
you
ago.
fucked Tony from down the street.
Right.
Damn, girl.
We can have sex, but I can't take you seriously. I'm sorry.
We can have sex. You in the red. You gotta wait a couple months to let that subside.
Gotta quarantine that shit for a month.
What's so funny about that is back when, at least I was younger. I speak only for me right now. Back when I was younger, I know for a lot of guys, we didn't care about fucking each other's women. Like if one of my boys did this to one girl, and then that girl wanted to do something with me, then hey, it was all game because we didn't take them girls serious. We didn't want them girls. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, I guess.
you know, if them girls wanted to bounce around and, you know,
Well,
do whatever, we did it.
I will tell you this: I have never slept with a girl who's already slept with someone that I knew. Never.
Nah, the one thing that I fucked up on was
Well, that's not true. One.
what? Yeah, but the thing that I fucked up is that I took one of them girls serious, and fucked up one of me and one of my good friends' relationship at that time.
Yeah.
No, I got
You know, you can't as bros, you break the bro code when you take a girl serious that was homie hopping. You know, you can't take her
Said
serious.
homie
at that
hopping?
point. Homie hopping.
I like that.
You know, you can't take her serious at that point. You know,
Says in your logbook you've been homie hopping lately.
The fuck.
yeah. So
Filter your encounters by location. They're all within
Brings up like a little Google map.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like,
Has all these little dots.
within 10 miles, bitch. You slut. You slut.
she's on the sex registration.
But I mean, I guess, you know, it'd be even creepier though. Instead of like, if like she had like 15 dudes in the same radius, if she had like 25 guys, but they were all over the states. Like one's in Cali, one's in Arkansas,
Bro,
one's in North Carolina. But
honestly, I'm sorry to say this, and I might get flack for this if people actually listen to this shit, but that is literally probably half of Lansing.
what, just going around the states and banging?
Yeah, like if like you said, if it was a website and it showed girls who slept with dudes in the same area, that whole fucking screen would be
Dude.
red.
You know, that just reminds me though, like, and I got a couple friends. I'm not gonna name anybody by name, but like these fucking people who are always posting on Facebook, fucking women that are always posting on Facebook about how they can't find a good man, and then they're out there fucking assholes and sleeping with different guys and trying to, you know, sleep with other women's guys. And it's like, you wonder why you can't find a decent man. It's because you're digging in the trash bin.
Yeah.
It's like, shit.
That's funny.
I mean,
But one person's trash is another person's treasures, basically.
what you gonna say, sexual treasure?
You can say that too, I guess. When
I've seen you throw out this pocket pussy, sir. Do you not want it anymore?
see, man, that's a whole nother context, bro.
Hey, I know you just dumped Janie last week, but it's cool if I get up in there, man.
Right. Right. You know, that's something that we should have talked about with Portia. You know, no, I think we did. Never mind.
What
I'll
about
scratch
Portia?
that.
Portia, I'm chopping in the neck, by the way. So if you hear this, I'm chopping you in the neck.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, she gonna come at you for that.
No, she be threatening me, homie. She got it coming. I'm gonna kick her like I'm a Charlie Murphy kicker.
You wouldn't say that shit if she was here, though.
Yeah, I would. It's 2018. I'm Mr. Salty.
Hey, I call her right now. Put her on speaker and you say that.
We're gonna continue the show going.
Nah, we need an aux cord before we do some shit like
Yeah.
that.
I wish Portia would come at me.
No, shit.
I would kick her in both kneecaps at the same time. I would sacrifice my fall.
So
Just kick her-
in a couple episodes, we're gonna have Portia's response.
Good.
Not the next episode, but the episode after that. I'm hoping we can get Portia's response.
Good. I'm gonna
If
sit-
it
on
wouldn't
the
be,
air.
if it wasn't such as, if it wouldn't be such a bad quality, I would call her right now and let you say that
let
shit
it
to
build
her.
up. Let it fester.
As soon as she hear that shit, she gonna contact me saying, talking something.
She gonna plan her.
She gonna be like, really?
Yeah, she gonna plan her
really?
attack.
I'm like, yeah.
We're gonna show up, and she's gonna already be in the basement. Like all lights are gonna be off, and you're just gonna come down, turn on the lights. You be, oh shit.
Whatever. Hey,
She gonna OJ Simpson your ass.
Damn.
hey, we got on record. She threatened me last time she was here. So
All right, but anyways, yeah. Portia's gonna be very, very animated when she hears that.
forget Portia. No, I'm playing. Chill.
He's just digging a hole deeper.
All right, to be continued. This is where we're gonna end this
Come see
episode
me.
of the Takeoff Anytime podcast. Final thoughts, Jared.
Portia, holla at me. What's up? No, know your friends, keep your friends, love your friends, keep them moving to the end. Boom, boy, I could write Dr. Seuss
So-
book. I'm telling
That's
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Jared. Go ahead, Bryce.
This episode's either gonna be coming out right before or right after. So to those who celebrate, Happy Easter.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, happy Easter to everybody.
Oh, before we go, your best Irish impression for St. Patrick's Day. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I don't have one, dude.
Go ahead, Bryce. Give people a little bit of
Pass.
aye.
We're just gonna single syllable.
You want some Lucky Charms?
There you go.
That's racist. Aye.
How's that racist? Lucky Charms is the shit.
All I can say is aye.
Yo, have you had the Lucky Charms that's mixed with Frosted Flakes?
No.
Fire.
It sounds like death.
Fire.
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 I did not know that was a thing. Now I want to try it.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Like,
It's much better than regular.
would.
What is a
Lucky Charms.
leprechaun doing with a tiger?
What the? Wait, what's it mixed with?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, that's why he said that.
I know
I
my
totally thought you said something else.
I know my cereals, Bryce.
I was thinking Fruity Pebbles for some reason, which I still think would be good. Fruity Pebbles and Lucky Charms. I'd do it.
Was that minus the pebbles?
What?
You just thinking fruity?
So what? Fruity Charms?
Lucky Pebbles.
No, you're just stupid. Y'all thinking way too much about it.
That sounded so damn gay. Oh, no offense.
Anyway, in the goddamn episode. So
But yo,
go.
thank you to everybody who listens. For all those who fuck with us, thank you. And if you don't fuck with us, if you don't
Yo,
fuck
look
us,
at
You trying to take my shit?
I wanted to try to do it so bad. I fucked it
Let
up.
Bryce in it. Go ahead.
We
Go
should. Everybody should do it separate sometime.
All right,
So for all those who fuck with us, thank you. And if you don't fuck with us, oh well, we're gonna take off anyway.
That's Bryce Lansing, and I'm Be Easy. We out.